Marine Le Pen sounding a bit optimistic, but the National Front faces challenges of its own. And for more on that, we're joined on the set by a National Front member and Marine Le Pen aide, Jean Messia. We heard Marine Le Pen saying there were historic results for the party, but some expected her to do better. I think her niece was saying maybe as many as 40% of the vote. What was your reaction to the results?
Well, of course, it's a defeat. Of course, we are a little bit disappointed by the result, but if we take the good aspect of this is that, of course, we are at a historical records of voters. Almost 11 million people voted for Marine Le Pen and for the Front National, so this is the first time ever to happen. And I think this constitute a solid basis, political basis, on which we can continue to build this refoundation of the French political scene around these two new movements. One is the Euro-globalized movement led by Mr. Macron, gathering all the representatives of the old system and vowing to pursue the policies that were led during the past 30 or 40 years. And on the other hand, we have this sovereignist and patriotic movement based on the return of sovereignty, based on the belief in political voluntarism. So I think we now are the only ones to be the legitimate opponent to Mr. Macron, as we have fought him till the last minute. All the other parties called to vote Macron before the second round, so they do not have any legitimacy whatsoever to combat him in the future and to oppose him as the legitimate opposition. We are the legitimate opposition to Mr. Emmanuel Macron, and this is, I think, a big role because, as you show, 61% of the French people do not want Emmanuel Macron to have a majority in the assembly. They want a cohabitation within the parliamentary election. So we have plenty of challenges coming over, and we can't wait to go through them.
One of those challenges, rebranding or relaunching the National Front. Trending on Twitter is "Trouvons un nom pour le FN." Find a new name for the party. What does this rebranding mean? What does it entail?
Well, one must not stop on only on the marketing aspect of the thing. I mean, deeply speaking, is more about creating a new wide alliance of all those who think that France is not dead as a country, that France must recover its border, must recover its grandeur, must recover its political willingness, for example, to reindustrialize the country, to cooperate as a free country with other countries. So I know that Emmanuel Macron is actually a marketing product that was rocketed by the medias and the financial powers, etc. We are not in this perspective. We are working hard on the core of things, not only on the superficial aspects.
You mentioned the media promoting Emmanuel Macron. On Friday evening, one of Le Pen's closest advisors, Florian Philippot, said on Twitter that the Macron leaks teach us something that investigative journalism deliberately buried. Now, the Electoral Commission said the details of these hacks should not be published because information was gained fraudulently and might influence the election. And yet some members of the National Front seeming to perhaps support what was in effect a criminal act.
So it is a criminal act when it comes to Macron leaks, but when it was LuxLeaks or other leaks, we praised all the people through which the news arrived. We tried to protect them because they were, giving an alert to what's going on. I think the way the Macron leaks is treated is political. There is a strong will to bury this affair, and I don't see why, because in a way Emmanuel Macron was vowing to become a president of the Republic at this time, and all the people must know who is this person and what is behind this smiling image of the president. So he attacked Marine Le Pen only when she asked if he has an account on Bahamas. It was only a question. and he sue her, he vote to sue her in courts. I think everybody has the right to know for who he is voting for.
So you don't condemn the hack?
I don't condemn the hack. Now the investigation must go on through the journalist, through also the justice, to see what is true and what is wrong. But take the whole thing and throw it in the garbage by saying we cannot consider this. This is a political act.
Do you think there's a secret buried somewhere among this trove of documents that were released online?
I did not analyze them. You know, when tons of documents were released for the LuxLeaks, nobody the day after says there is a criminal offense inside. We waited months till the investigation, and we have many journalists working on that till we knew the truth. So till now, I don't know if it is wrong or right, but only the way to bury this affair before investigating, before searching inside what is true and what is untrue, this is a political act I condemn.
The only context of this, there being a specific electoral law within France, barring media. This is a long-standing rule. Nothing has been found yet. And
let's take the bet. This Macron leaks will be buried even after the election.
All right. Well, thank you for speaking to us. Jean Messia from the National Front.
Thank you.
Let's get some reaction.